Right, it's Black Friday. High street stores expecting to take a record £2 billion in the sales today. The annual shopping event in the UK marks the last payday before Christmas for many. Fumi Olatoye over on Oxford Street and can tell us more. Fumi.
Thank you, Anthony. Christmas has come early to Oxford Street today, and it's all because, as you said, it's Black Friday. So lots of people will be here trying to catch the different deals from 10% off to up to even 50% off here in Oxford Street. And lots of the sales today will be equating to around £2 billion, as you said. That's double what it was last year when it was £1 billion. And online sales will obviously make a big part of that. But as I said, not just online, it will also be here in the West End as well. Well, two people who can tell us a little bit more about what's going on today is Stephen Medway from the New West End Company and Dr. Itai Ipsan from the University of East London. Thank you so much for joining me both this morning. Stephen, if I just start with you, what deals can we expect today?
The sort of deals we can expect today is anything up to 50% off. We have HMV that are giving £100 off Beats headphones, and you've got Burton's menswear that if you buy one suit, you'll get the second suit for £1. So I think retailers are really going all out this year to really entice those customers into the West End.
And what kind of people are we expecting to kind of flood Oxford Street today?
This year we're expecting to see a lot more foreign visitors into the West End. Certainly with the weaker pound, we'll see more of them flock to the plugins. But certainly the retailers will really entice the domestic shoppers and those Londoners to the West End this year.
And just tell us about the money behind it and the sales. So how many sales will be made today and how much money roughly?
So we're expecting £115 million to go through the tills in the West End today. That's a 5% increase on last year. And again, it's because of that foreign investment and spend that we're seeing this weekend.
And there's been lots of talk, as I mentioned, about online sales. So is that a threat to the West End economy?
I think we're seeing retail change, but what you'll find in the West End is that retailers are really upping the ante in terms of the experience. So you come to the West End and you'll experience something you'll never experience online. So whether it's your tree decorating classes in John Lewis or it's the theatre in Selfridges, I think retailers are really going all out to make sure that the experience you have is the best it can be.
And that leads me very nicely onto Dr. Itai Ipsan. We're just talking about the experience there. So the experience of shopping is very pleasurable for most people. So just tell us the link between happiness and shopping.
Well, psychological research is showing that, yes, indeed, when we go and buy something, it feels good. So we have this burst of happiness, burst of excitement. But very quickly, it fades away. And we need something new, we need something bigger, we need something else to create that same or trigger that same experience of happiness. And from a psychological point of view, the reason is habituation. So we get used to everything very quickly, and we need something new to create that same feeling. So if you go to people who earn, say, 30k and you ask them what would make you happy, they say, I need 50k. And you go to those who earn 50k and you say, how much will make you happy? And they say 100k, and those 100k will say 250. So there's always more that we need once we get what we wanted.
And just talk to us about, is there a way that we can spend money in a way that will make us more happier?
Yeah, that's a really, really good question. I mean, the interesting thing about happiness and shopping is a bit of a paradox, because once we get what we want, it fades away and then we want more. But we do know from research there are a couple of insights that to do with how can we shop more wisely. So two things we know about are experiences over things. So if you invest money in a vacation, it will make you happier than a large TV. And also we know that investing money in other people makes us happier than investing money in ourselves. So if I had £10, we call it pro-social spending. So if I had £10 and I would spend it on myself or buy something from my best friend, buying something from my best friend will make me happier than buying it for myself.
So what would be your top tips for anyone coming down to Oxford Street today? To buy a telly or to buy a holiday, as you said?
Buy something that will make your experience of life more enjoyable and more meaningful, and if you can, buy something for other people. Deepen your relationships, because that truly makes us happier long term.
Okay, there you go. Thank you so much. Some top tips there from some experts as to what to expect here in the West End. Lots of people will be absolutely flooding this place. Already there was a queue by Foot Locker to buy a certain type of trainers, and so I'm expecting that throughout the day there'll be lots of people, thousands if not even more, trying to get their best bargains here on Oxford Circus.
Indeed, Fumi, with that in mind, obviously if you bought me something, it will probably make you happier. There we go. That's the advice coming from those experts down there on Black Friday. Fumi Olatoye, we'll go back to Fumi a little later on when things start to get busier, many of those stores not yet open. Right, time for a short break. When we come back, celebs and city bosses have slept rough overnight in support of London Live's Centre Point appeal. We'll have the details.
£3,702 for a